Hello, hello. It is Josh with the Pen Fund. Just going to be hanging up some clothes right now. Let's see what I'm about to get to. Here we go. This wide open space that you can't see because there's a bunch of light in the background. Well, that's fantastic. Oh, also I need hangers. I haven't made any videos in a little bit. No matter. There's no viewers anyway. Shout out to you that it's going to come back and see this. Apologize for the train. So, a couple days ago, we had our first 50 item day, and we ended up with 52 items sold that day, which was fantastic. Felt really good. You know what I mean? Payout this week was much higher, or that week, excuse me. The payout that week was much higher, which is very good. You know, you get revenue coming in. It feels very nice. Recently, I put on a coupon, which is pretty aggressive. Right? It's buy one, get one 40% off. And that's certainly shot the numbers up. Now, the trick to this is I also have a promotion where if you buy 2 items, it ships for a flat rate of $10. Now, recently, post office has changed the shipping situation for items less than a pound. You know, first class is what it used to be called, to something called ground advantage, which means you can ship up to 70 pounds in the US for only $6. So put the aggressive coupon on, and what people do is they pick up 2 items, and then it automatically gives them the promotion for 2 items, flat rate $10. So that makes up for the discount of the item, if they're right around $10 anyway. So it just basically incentivizes people to come in and buy more than one item at a time, which is definitely what they do. Definitely, since I put that promotion on, have been getting a lot of people with multiple number orders. And even more exciting than that is, so I have a special a shipping promotion, excuse me, where if you buy 5 items or more, it's free shipping. Now, obviously that's fantastic because of the same thing. Again, it only cost me $6 to ship these things out. And it doesn't matter. I had a lady, it was either yesterday or the day before, bought 10 items, right? She's like, oh, snap, free shipping. Plus I get 40% off on the second item. Let's go. And, you know, let's go too, because it's 10 items in one order. Let's go. Also, very recently, I started picking up some higher ticket items. So normally, when I'm at the bins and stuff, I'm just going for the same go-to items all the time. You know, like these Lucky Brand jeans are definitely one of my items that I pick up, and I gladly appreciate it. Women's don't go for that much, but the men's jeans typically I can get between 15 and 20 something for them. It just depends on the exact model and the size. But I started picking up things that I would normally pass on, like leather jackets, right? And they're there frequently enough where you could definitely, you know, get into that as a particular niche if that's what you're into. And I would just pass on them because I don't know anything about coats and jackets, you know, other than simple things like, oh, okay, this is a parka, This is a bomber jacket. You know, I know that, but that's only part of the equation. You need to know the keywords and stuff too in order to get top dollar for them things. And I definitely don't know them. But the first I was like, let me check this out. So I picked up a Wilson's leather jacket. It was men's. It was heavy, and it was like I think it was an XL. It might have been 2X. And that thing sold in a couple days, in a week. What the heck, that broke. Sold in like a week, right? For $50. I'm like, oh man, you know, I didn't know it was like that. I definitely would rather have $50 ticket items than, you know, $10 ticket items all day. Now, the caveat is I'm wearing a hoodie, which you can't tell that I'm actually pretty warm right here. It's obviously warming up right now. So it's not the season to buy jackets. But I'm of the persuasion that, you know, you should be picking up good items even if it's not the season. Because all winter long, I was picking up shorts and stuff, and guess what I'm selling all the time, every day now? Shorts. So when you can get the items and nobody else is looking for them, that's when you need to get them. So that being said, started bulking up on jackets, and I wouldn't say bulking up. I just, you know, there's only a couple that I actually come across that are worth my time, I'd say, meaning that the condition is nice and it's a brand that is, you know, somewhat popular. Is that the term I'm looking for? Noteworthy. How's that? That's fair. But today, I think I picked up like 4 or 5 jackets, right? Got a couple nice leather ones. I think it was Wilson's. It might have been Sonoma though. Sonoma's less, but you know, it's still real leather, so they sell fast. That's a good part. Now, I saw one that was laid out, and I could tell by the material it was a nice canvas material, and I could tell as soon as I put my hands on it. Maybe I should just check this out because, you know, whenever you find good stuff, you can always tell by the quality. So I looked it up, and there was like six other ones listed, and they were all listed for $300. So I don't know what I stumbled onto, but apparently it was a good one because they're selling used for $300. Now, I didn't look at the sell-through rate. I don't know if it's going to take a long time for that to sell or what. Doesn't matter. In fact, I didn't even list it yet. I just picked it up today, so I'm either going to throw that in the queue tomorrow or I'll just do it over the weekend. That's the other part about it. Like it's a little bit more detail oriented doing the coats. You know, you want to make sure you get more pictures. And I don't know all the places for the tags and stuff. I'm still learning that. Like the jeans, I know where the tags are. I know where the tags are. I know by the brand. I pick up the brand. I know where the tag is. It's pretty easy for me to just chomp through them things as far as images go. Speaking of that, like this morning, I woke up pretty tired, I'll say. And I just realized that when I was taking the pictures, I was like in cruise control. I wasn't even thinking about doing it. I was just doing it. And it was going pretty smooth. I ended up I always put a timer on every morning to keep track of, productivity. Good productivity is when you're getting about 30 items an hour. And I thought on a day when I'm punching it, Because one time I hit 33. I'm like, oh man, well, if I could just do this every day, cut my photo time down to only 2 hours roughly. And that's fantastic. The problem was, I don't think I realized, but I think I had a lot of shorts in that pile that day. And obviously, shorts are going to be a little bit faster processed than jeans. But this morning, I was, like I said, kind of in a smooth rhythm, one after another. 27 items is what I clocked in the first hour. So that's a pretty solid number. I'm happy with that. That was all jeans, no shirts, no shorts, just jeans. And they were women's, which typically have, tags are more scattered. Or, sometimes you gotta just get a picture of the stitching on it. And you kind of gotta hunt for it sometimes. Yeah, like I said, I know where it's at. But what I mean is you have to flip the angle. So these are men's Express. You can see right here it says Express, right? And then, so just one more angle. There we go. One more angle got all the information. So this was a very quick to get the tags done. Express Slim Roccos. Not a super high dollar item, but it's okay. Women's though, you got that tag. You got that first shot right here. Right, it's got the brand name. I always get the button because sometimes you don't see a brand name right there, but it's written on the button. So I always get the button in the image. And one of the images, I should say. And I found the best practice is in that image that shows the logo, you also want to try to get that size tag in it and the button. So my image will actually look like this. This is the first one. And that way, because sometimes sometimes I go pretty fast and I don't realize it. And I get annoyed that the camera has trouble keeping up. And so what'll happen is I snap a picture and I'm already moving on to the next picture because I know what it's going to be, where the angle is. And it ends up being that picture got blurry, right? So on those, that's why I got into the habit of getting that button picture with the logo, with the size, all in one picture. So that's not a problem. But you certainly don't, I promise you. You'll be pretty annoyed by getting all the pictures done. And I have a process. Get all the pictures done. But I don't immediately get them all listed right away because shortly after that I got to take the shorties to school and I go to Goodwill straight after that. And then a lot of times I will organize those jeans alphabetically. So right now I can hang them up alphabetically. And the point is I don't always get the opportunity to list them right after I do the photos. Sometimes it's a little bit later after that. And the problem with that is if I did get a blurry picture and I missed it, now that listing's going up when I'm not sure what the size tag says. Which obviously that is not efficient. You don't want to write in the description, this is common though. I do get a lot of sales like this where the women's tag will be removed or the men's tag. So I write the size that I think it is, and then in the condition description, I say the tag was removed on this item, the size is estimated, and that's what I write. But I've done so many pairs of jeans, I'm pretty good about guessing within reason. Guessing within reason. I'd say the way that gets a little bit more difficult is when they're like plus size women's, right? Because then you could have, it could just be a wide size, right? Instead of just a big number. So maybe I don't have it all narrowed down because I can't tell exactly, when it's a 20, plus size 20 or a plus size 20 wide. I'm gonna be honest with you, whenever I do the 20 and 22s, they seem to always measure like right around 40 inches roughly. So that's what I list them as. When I ask for the waist, I just put that or whatever whatever I think it is according to my measurement system, which is pretty accurate. I've been doing this for a while now. I'd say at this point I have listed at least 3 items and I've sold at least 4 items. That's an estimate. I will write that in the video description, the condition description of this video. I will write that because it is an estimate. Also, another thing to note, we are about 3 days deep in the Passover right now. Everybody in my household is surely missing their regularly scheduled food items. We certainly have a habit in my household of, once a day we'll have some sort of a snack. And when I say snack, I mean junk food. Let's be honest. Something like my daughter likes Takis. I just botched that pronouncement. I say Takis. She'll like those. My son would like gummy bears. My wife would like, I guess that changes. But one of the go-tos for her is Dr. Pepper, right? And we're not doing stuff like that right now. So it's definitely boring. No carbs. You can equate it to no carbs. How about that? It's not exactly like that, but that's what it seems like. Walking around feeling like I'm fasted all the time. Today I made, what did I make? I made spaghetti, right? But you can't use normal noodles. So we went, my daughter and I went to Woodman's yesterday. We took like an hour trip to go to Woodman's and see if they had I do apologize. I know that's noisy. We went to Woodman's to see if they had some items, that we would be able to eat for Passover. And one of the things we found was cauliflower linguine noodles. And I looked at the ingredients. There's no leaven or anything. No leavening agents in the ingredient list either. So those were a go. And I made it today. And, it definitely tastes like cauliflower, we'll say that. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't gross. Which is good. We want stuff that definitely does not taste nasty. Because who would like to eat stuff that doesn't taste good? Not me. Not me. I apologize. I know that's loud. These hangers get tangled up. Can't even get them done. And I'll tell you something else that's kind of annoying. So I'm not a coffee drinker, and I know that energy drinks are poisonous, but my go-to right now is the Monster um, Rehab, the red can strawberry lemonade. Goodness gracious, that is so fire, so fire. Now the problem with it is everybody else thinks it's fire too, because all the places that I find where it's at, I'm like competing with those people to get it, because as soon as I see it there, it's gone the next day, or 2 days later, it's gone, and you gotta wait like a week or 2 weeks or whatever it is. It seems like sometimes it takes 2 weeks for that place to get stocked back up. Now, I don't know where you folks live, but around here, around these parts, there's only a couple places you can even find that particular beverage. And so one of them, luckily enough, the corner store right next to my house started selling them. So that's nice. But they're one of the places that don't have a lot when they get them. Another place is Dollar General. And we have 2 of those in the city. And wouldn't you know it, when one of those don't have it, other one don't have it either. So 2 of those, we got one that's not too far from my house, and the second one is on my route to go to Goodwill every day, or the post office. It's right next to the post office, so I go past it every day. And sometimes they just don't have it, That sucks. You would think somebody like Walmart has it, but they don't. Walmart does, however, have the orange flavor, which is like, I think it's peach tea, and then the yellow flavor, which is lemonade. And listen, those are okay. But if I walk in the door and there's no red ones, those aren't so good that I'm just like, well, let me get these instead. A lot of times I'll just walk out and be like, well, I don't have them. And that sucks, right? So I'm like, all right, well, maybe I should just think about buying them in bulk, right? I have to put this reseller's permit to use, I guess. It might be the way to go. I could sell them online to people who are looking for them like me. It's actually probably not a bad idea, but I don't know if I have to jump through hoops to get that done or what. I did look it up online to try to see if I could just buy a case, and Costco said they had it, right? And it was for a good price. But you can't order it online. You have to show up to the store and just hope that they have it in stock. Is how that worked out. So obviously that didn't work out. Well, anyway, got this stuff hung up. Appreciate you if you stopped by. Right now you're catching it. You're catching me in the growth situation. We're still not at 50 items per day, but we're definitely getting very close to 40 items a day. And I expect in 2 months to be very close to 50 items every day. So that's where we're at. Thanks for stopping by. This is Josh from the Bin Farm.